Come, let us worship the Lord. Let's give Him the praise. you. May his face shine upon you. And may he be gracious unto you. Those of you who sit in this auditorium, a church room with me, those of you who have joined us by way of Facebook, phone, thank you for being with us. Today's service will not follow the traditional order of what sermonizing would be, but rather it will follow the inclinations that God has placed upon my heart and the directions in which he has encouraged me to lead you for the few days, months, weeks, or years that I have left here with you. I realize that my better days, as I see it, are behind me, and I look forward for a great time in eternity with the Lord and to wait there for you to meet me. Yeah. And as I prayed this morning, the Lord called my attention to the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 25, the last 2 verses, and all of 26, especially to verse 12, if we don't get it all. And this morning, as I was praying and talking to God, he carried me in the spirit to a high place that I thought was a mountaintop. But it must not have been a mountain. Maybe it was just my spiritual imagination, because the grass there was green. I had on black shoes, white socks, black trousers, a white shirt, and a black jacket. And in my hand was a torch. And it was holding it above my head in this order. And I heard him say, the order of the church will be directed by you to hold the light high. Come on now. So everybody can see. That's what I come to do today. I come to hold the light high so that you can see. Amen. See the vision. See where we're going and see where we have come from. Under this powerful theme, the power of change, God called me to recognize that this Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, under the leadership of Pastor Gray, has certainly been a change agent in this county, in this community, and in this time. Thank you. The last week, you might remember that I made some allusion to the fact that Barbara Jordan, who became a senator, Mickey Leland, who went to Texas Southern University, finished in political science, and went on to be great men and great women. Part of that building is named after them, part of those departments are named after them. And our young minister, I mentioned to you last Sunday morning, Sherman Gray Jr., Sherman Gray III, pardon me, decided that that's where he wanted to take his degree, and God blessed him with a degree from that school and from the department that's named after some of these people who had actually been through here with the Dirty Dozen. If you Google the Dirty Dozen, you find who all these people were. They were here because of this church. And people like Cephas Bowles, Sherman Gray, Henry Wells, Earl Kelly, who did not belong here, but a member of this community, Howard Sampson and his brother Earl Curtis, all said, yeah, we're going to bring it here, whether we want or not. And that was something they wanted here, but it came here. And these people went on to make great contributions to America and to the state of Texas. You have been in the center of change, and God has placed me here among you as your leader. Some of you were too young to remember when we were trying our best to get the Goose Creek Consolidated Independent School District to desegregate. We were at the forefront of that. 2 marches were held in Baytown, not in protest against a system, but just for our children to have an opportunity to have a chance to sit in the classroom with other people of their kind to receive education. I want to give credit to the superintendent of schools in George H. Gentry. He set me down in the presence of E.F. Green, which was my high school principal. I was out of high school at this time. And he said, "Who is this young man?" And that's the Sherman Gray I was telling you about. He has always been aggressive like that. He said, "Well, young man, let me tell you something. You're asking for integration. You don't know what you're asking for. The Negroes don't need no integration. They need to wake up and understand what they already have." And was I enraged when he said that to me? What do we already have? You have the best system in the whole United States of America. I did not know at the time that superintendent of school had fixed that thing where we wouldn't have to go anywhere. When children came out of George Washington High School, it was just like graduating from a junior college. I didn't have the understanding to know that at the time. But as I look back now, all of our teachers had master's degrees and working on their doctorates. That's the same qualification for a college or a junior college. Our young people who came to that school went on to do well in life. Sam Burton got to be the head of the Coast Guard, came out of that school. James White went all over Europe, came out of that school. You know these people. But we were out in the forefront. We integrated, only to find out 40 years, 50 years later, the superintendent of schools were right. We had everything we needed and just didn't know it. And there are times now when you have everything you need and you just don't know it. You just don't recognize it. You just don't realize it. And sometimes we wake up too late. Yeah. But I want you to know now it's not too late. The power of change is up on us even now. And I can remember vividly clear the 7 of those marches we came from 146 out there near Rosen Park down Texas Avenue. I visited with the chief of police. He told me, he said, "Young man, you don't have to have a permit to march in this town, but I'll tell you one thing, they already forecast rain, and I hope y'all get drowned. Because I can't stop you from marching." Grandpa had already told me, "Boy, when you march this time, if God's not with you, they're going to kill you tonight." And I didn't put Grandpa in mind. I just went on. I didn't put the superintendent of school in mind. I didn't put the chief bowl turner in mind. I just went on and did what I thought God wanted me to do. We were going together at the St. John Missionary Baptist Church in Newport Street in Baytown, Texas. That's where we went. And did it rain? Did it rain? It rained, children. It rained, children. And one of the people in that women said, "Roman Gray, we gonna get wet if we get out there." I said, "Man, don't worry about it. We got there at 4 o'clock. It was 5 minutes before then. It rained, so when you opened the door to show me it was still raining, I couldn't even see the street because the rain was so dense. At 4 o'clock. A loud thunder came. I stepped out there. The clouds was black and dark. If you ever been to a theater where they show that screen down there to the screen, the light was like that right down where we were to march. And somebody said, "God must be with this boy. We better leave him alone." But thinking about what my grandfather said to me, "They're going to kill you." I told the chief of police. He said, "Well, it's going to stop raining." I said, "Well, here." He said, "Well, everything seems to be true." I said, "They're going to kill you." He said, "What you mean?" I said, "It's a man on top of the building with a gun. You told him to kill me, but he's going to kill you." He put his finger in his mouth like this and he gave a loud whistle, and the man came running to him. He said, "What's the matter?" He said, "Put that gun." And he opened that trunk up and cussed and made all, "You have some depth this year, some black depth this year. I'm not going to call the name, they were here." He made all of them put their guns in his trunk. Locked them up. And then said to me, "Young man," I said, "I don't need no key. All I need y'all to do is integrate the system." And he came out and told, "We're going to integrate." Listen to this, little Caesar. We're going to integrate, we're not going to educate. And dumb as I was, not understand the educational system, I said, if I can get a student to sit side by side with one of your students, they'll learn this much as student. And that superintendent assured me, I can set 2 students side by side, educate one and miseducate the other. You laughing? That's what's going on right now. Have you ever heard of AP and pre-AP and special education. They'll put your child and my child in special education. They'll make straight A's. But it's not like being AP and pre-AP. They'll still have to go to college and do some special work just to stay in the college. That's where we are. That's what's still going on. And every Sunday, you come in and you hear Brother Joe preach, you hear me preach. Change is coming now. The real change is going to come. The trumpet has been sounded over the nation that kept everybody kept there. The sun never set on England. The sun never set on the British. From island to island, from sea to sea, they owned and operated everything. All the money and income went there. Your income tax went until Donald Trump went over there the other day and talked to us and said, we're going to have to stop this. And she signed and said, okay. So your internal revenue service is going to change. You're going to see some changes. The prophet, I had seen it in the spirit, now I'm seeing it manifest in the flesh. I'm your leader. I'm the one to hear what the charge. I'll be the one hated. But I know now the power of change. And I thank God that when that queen died, the trumpet sounded and it was another page. And I've asked some of you by phone to serve in some more capacities now. Nobody has said no to me. We're going to get back to board of directors, Brother Caleb. We're going to go over it again. We're going to be sure that we're going in the right direction, because this church is getting ready to move in a new era, in a new time, in a new direction. And you are going to be the most talked about people now, because not only, you can't move without finance. We're probably the poorest people now, but we will be the richest one. Because God has sent me wealth, and rich will be in your house. You remember last week I told you I went to the bank and they put $450,000 in my account and they had to take it back. Well, Brother Locke said, take that as a confirmation, Pastor Gray. God's getting ready to bless you beyond measure. Don't worry about that. It's coming. So I'm asking you to be careful and to get ready. The power of change was not by accident. It's by design. God's getting ready to bless you more than you've ever been blessed in your life. You say, I don't deserve it. And I'm telling you, yes, you deserve it. You deserve every bit of it. I'm telling you, you're more than worthy. He has counted you worthy. And I want you to know that He's doing all this because He loves you. Some of you are sitting in here now. Perhaps have gotten more money in the last 2 years than you had all your life. So you can